How do you start this situation that you're talking about starting?
Organize.
Okay, I understand that. But how do you organize in a city like Jackson, Mississippi?
Because we're going to have to
door
fight
the same way we did it
Democrats,
75 years ago.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Then fight them.
Right.
That's
what
the
I'm
black
saying.
I have no problem. I have no problem with
And
fighting
what you
that.
also got to understand too is in a state like Mississippi, the Democrats are only 2 stones throw away from being Republicans themselves.
Right.
That means your black Democrats have relationships with white Democrats who have agendas that are antithetical to black people's progress. And also your black Democrats have relationships with white Republicans that are antithetical to black people's progress. So we have to understand that behind closed doors, although it looks like a war in public, there's deals being made between black Democrats and white Republicans behind your back that keep us where we are. Okay. That's the history of black politics post-King.
Right.
So you have to do an investigation in all black elected officials from the top to the bottom and find out who's financing the campaign. Because until you know who's financing people's campaigns, you don't know whose agenda they're carrying out.
Yeah.
I don't believe in he's black, she's black. I don't play that.
That's right.
Show me the list of your campaign contributors, and I'll know whether you black or not.
Okay. All right.
So you mentioned earlier about black people really just searching for money. Do you think
we're in pursuit
this
of
is
money.
a reason that we can't join together, especially in a state like Mississippi where everybody's pretty much poor? And they get an opportunity to come along and maybe backstab a situation that they might have been doing some good work in, but some money comes along and it changes everything.
There's an elder of mine in Philadelphia whose name I'm forgetting. She's a published author and professor at one of the universities in Philly, retired now. She said black people are the only people who don't have a racial ego. We don't have a racial ego.
Right.
We have a Christian ego. We have a Muslim ego.
Right.
We got a Democratic ego. We got a Republican ego. We got a gang ego. We got a sorority ego. We got a Masonic ego. We don't have a racial ego.
Yeah.
So there's nobody who's defending the best interests of the race, who's looking out for the best interests of the people.
Right.
Everybody is sectarian, even when it comes to politics. The mere fact that some of us are Republicans and some of us are Democrats speaks to the fact that we're fighting somebody else's agenda. We got a Democratic ego and we're not even white people, but we don't have a black ego.
Right.
So what you're gonna have to do is reconstruct the collective consciousness of African people. You're gonna have to do that one African at a time. You gotta start bringing us together. We gotta organize the old way. Forget social media. You're never gonna organize black people by using TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram. First of all, those are all white platforms. They'll shut you down in a minute the minute you say something that ain't
That's right.
right.
That's
And they're
right.
tied into the FBI, Mark Zuckerberg is, and CIA.
Yeah.
So it's nothing but an FBI device.
Right.
We got to organize the old school way. Door to door, we having a meeting tonight. Coming out, we gonna feed you. You gotta feed black folks so they're not gonna talk. Because we're politically immature.
That's
we're
right.
politically
Yeah.
immature. You also gotta entertain black people or they're not gonna come.
Definitely.
We're the only people in the country, if you want us to come out, you either got to feed us or entertain us or both.
Or
White
right.
people don't need to be
both.
fed. White people don't need to be entertained.
But
Chinese
they have
don't need to be fed, Chinese
resources.
don't-
They
but
have
you have to build it.
resources.
You had
see what I'm
resources
saying?
too, but you dissipated them. We're $2 trillion, my brother. We spend $2 trillion on Jordans every day.
Right.
$4 billion on liquor. McDonald's gets $1 billion. $30 billion on hair and beauty. We have it, but you have to organize it.
Yeah.
And the biggest resistance to the organization is the self-hatred. Remember, there's no racial ego. Black people have given up on being black a long time ago.
Yeah.
That's why we got niggas running around talking about some of the Indians and aliens and all this other stuff.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to be black anymore. You see?
Gotcha.
So you got to rebuild that.